I have a small clarification, Prabhu, before if somebody asks a question. So today Gaurakishore Das Babaji's festival we had. So I was just wondering why Gaurakishore Das Babaji did not accept disciples. He had only one. That too with there was Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur went until getting suicide. On the other side, we see Prabhupada accepting many disciples. How do we understand this, Prabhu? Like one guru have accepted almost nobody, and Prabhupada accepted so many. How to understand this?
So you see, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, he was very humble. He thinks that he is not qualified, to become anyone's guru. That's the symptom of a first-class devotee,
Yes, Prabhu.
Whereas Prabhupada was ordered to preach in the West, and for expanding preaching, he need to have a lot of people to help him,
Yes, Prabhu.
And the people to help him, best people are only disciples, no? Without disciples and organization, it's difficult to spread the movement, no? You understand?
Yeah.
Whereas in Gorkishore Das Babaji case, he was, too humble to show that, I am not qualified to become anybody's guru. That's why he was hesitant even to take Bhaktisiddhanta. The only reason why he took him because Bhaktivinoda ordered Bhaktisiddhanta to take him as his guru. You understand? So Rupa Goswami, even Jiva Goswami did not accept disciple.
Yes, Prabhu.
So it is, the Acharya's sometimes preference, But Prabhupada, he wanted the movement to grow, all over the world, Prithivita Chinagradi Gram Sarvatra Prachar Mora Nam,
Yeah, Prabhu.
So how to expand the whole movement all over the world if you don't have disciples?
Correct. Yes.
So that's different kind. It's not that Prabhupada wanted to supersede Bhakti Gaur Kishore Das by having a more disciples than everybody else or something like that. No. He was ordered to by his guru, right? To preach
Prabhu.
in the West. How you can preach if you don't make disciples?
Correct.
Yeah, so we must understand in this context,
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is how we should see it, though.
Yeah. Thanks, Prabhu.
But it is best, in that verse, not to accept any disciple. You know that verse? Yare teka tare kaha Krishna Upadesh. CC. Huh?
Yeah, Prabhu.
What number is that? You can see in that verse, Yare teka tare kaha Krishna Upadesh. I think it's in 7, is it? Madhya 7, 1 to 8, huh?
Yeah, Prabhu.
You see here, so here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has ordered everybody to, become a guru. So here in this verse, he asked everybody to become a guru, to preach Krishna consciousness, correct? So
Yes,
here,
Prabhu.
in this verse, he says that Prabhupada writes in the purport, it's best to not accept any disciples, I think it is here or is there? Somewhere here it says, in the purport, it's best not to accept any disciples. I think it is here in the next verse. One seems to find in the next verse. Yes, so see that?
Yeah, bro. One should not try to be an artificially advanced devotee, thinking I am a first class devotee, so it is best not to accept any disciples.
Right?
Yeah,
So you see how you can become very much disturbed, with pride, no?
yeah,
That's why devotees who are very advanced, they don't want to get into this. But Prabhupada, he was ordered to, that's why he... Also, there's a verse in the Nectar of Devotion that one should not accept too many disciples.
mm,
That's also there in the verse. So, that accepting disciple also is not that it is just free for all. You have to take the karma, no?
mm,
And you take the karma unless you're, connected to Krishna. You have to take the reaction.
yes, Prabhu.
And, that's why so many people fall down because they artificially they're trying to become gurus.
Mm,
Understand? And this karma nowadays of people, most of them are, having mostly a cow eaters and whatnot, no?
yes, Prabhu.
So the reaction is tremendous. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. Anyway, unless you are very powerful personality, that's also another thing, no?
Mm,
Krishna Shakti nai pavartanat, Without the blessing of Krishna, you cannot do this preaching, no?
yes, Prabhu.
Right?
Correct.
And that verse is there also, no? I think is in the Antya 7109. Krishna Shakti nai parvartanat. So we have to be very careful because sometimes, just with a little knowledge, we become little puffed up, no?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Understand? Especially when we learn a few things, we think we are very advanced. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
That's why this is very dangerous. Yeah, there see Kali Kalera Dharma, Krishna Nama Sankirtan. Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi, Nahe Tara Parvartanat. The fundamental religious system in the age of Kali is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Unless empowered by Krishna, one cannot propagate the Sankirtan movement. So you can see that unless you are empowered, it is not possible for you to, spread the movement. Hmm? And Prabhupada, is empowered personality. Otherwise, how you can take a pair of kartals and start a world movement?
Mm,
Possible.
not
See? You have spread the Sankirtan movement of Krishna consciousness, therefore it is evident that you have been empowered by Lord Krishna. There is no question about it. See? The Madhvacharya has brought our attention to this quotation from the Narayana Samhita. Dvapare janaye Vishnu pancharatrastu kevalai kalau tu nama mantrena pujayate Bhagavan Hari. In the Dwapara Yoga, one should satisfy Krishna Vishnu only by worshipping openly according to the Pancharatrika system, but in the age of Kali, one can satisfy and worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, simply by chanting His holy name. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur explained that unless one is directly empowered by the causeless mercy of Krishna, one cannot become the spiritual master of the entire world, Jagat Guru. One cannot become an Acharya simply by mental speculation. The true Acharya presents Krishna to everyone by preaching the holy name of the Lord throughout the world. The conditioned soul, purified by chanting the holy name, are liberated from the blazing fire of material existence. In this way, spiritual benefit grows increasingly full, like the waxing moon in the sky. The true Acharya, the spiritual master of the entire world, must be considered an incarnation of Krishna's mercy. Indeed, he personally embracing Krishna. He is therefore the spiritual master of all the Varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra, and all the ashram, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasi. Since he is understood to be the most advanced devotee, he is called Paramahamsa Thakur. Thakur is a title of honor offered to the Paramahamsa. Therefore, one who acts as an Acharya, directly presenting Lord Krishna by spreading his name and fame, is also to be called Paramahamsa Thakur. So this is very evident that Prabhupada is a very empowered person.
Yes, Prabhu.
Huh? Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
So because he is empowered, that's why he is called the Acharya, founder Acharya of International Sri Krishna, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is it not?
Yes, Prabhu.
So he made a lot of, what we say, changes like chanting 16 rounds and putting in the ritual system of initiation and all. This is not something anybody can do, no? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
You are chanting 16 rounds, right?
Yes,
If
Prabhu.
Krishna said, no, you cannot do. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will not accept anybody who don't chant 64 rounds, no? So if from 16 to 64 to 16, and to get to Krishna to bless us and take us home back to Godhead, unless you are a big Acharya, how you can do that? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
And of course, Prabhupada also has given us this ritual system of initiation. The empowered personality, is not some somewhat lightweight person, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
You have manifested the holy name of Krishna throughout the entire world. Anyone who sees you immediately absorbed in ecstatic love of Krishna. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
This, I don't think this statement is for anybody else than Prabhupada. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Right? Without being especially empowered by Krishna, one cannot manifest ecstatic love of Krishna. For Krishna is the only one who gives ecstatic love. This is the Vedic of all revealed scriptures.
Yes, Prabhu.
There may be many all auspicious incarnations of the personality of Godhead, but who other than Lord Sri Krishna can bestow love of God upon the surrendered soul? This is written by Bilva Mangal Thakur, quoted by Rupa Goswami in Lagu Bhagavatamrita. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "My dear Vallabha Bhatta, you are a learned scholar. Kindly listen to me. I am a sannyasi of the Mayavad school, therefore I have no chance of knowing what is Krishna Bhakti." Of course, you see how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vallabha Bhatta. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not accepting all this because this is humility, no?
Yeah, Prabhu.
So we should see like this, no? This is how personalities who are empowered, they act completely under the direction of Krishna. It's very difficult to understand the mind of a pure devotee.
Mm.
You know, the mind of a pure devotee is difficult. You cannot figure out. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? See? Yanra chitte Krishna prema kare udai, tanra vakya kriya mudra, vigyena bhujayaya. Even the most learned man cannot understand the words, activities, and symptoms of a person situated in love of Godhead. So it is not easy to understand why, how, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. Even a most learned scholar cannot understand the activities and symptoms of an exalted personality in whose heart love of Krishna, love of Godhead has awakened. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
You cannot figure out this, why, how. It's not possible. Because it's on a different plane. Hmm? This is the same verse in 11:240. So the point is this, that Krishna consciousness, and especially the role played by Acharya, it's difficult to analyze them. They
Mm.
are independent personalities. Then they are empowered to do certain things under their jurisdiction. So why they do this, how they do this, it's not good for us to make a judgment. This is why there's a big problem in ISKCON today, that they are kind of underestimating the role of Prabhupada and equating him as an ordinary person.
Mm.
You see? So that's why it is they have become very offensive, no? You see, now we are reading about a great personality, how he is spreading the holy name all over the world. Who has done that? Tell me.
Correct, Prabhu.
And you're going to kind of be offensive to that person. What will become of your spiritual life?
Mm.
Hmm? Can you imagine? This is the biggest blunder this ISKCON is doing. And it's teaching people like that.
Mm.
Hmm? Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
So we should be very careful not to do this big mistake.
Mm.
Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Correct.
Correct, Prabhu.
Hmm. Spiritual life is, it is something that you cannot speculate about.
Mm.
You understand? Sometimes this happens because whenever we become a little bit knowledgeable, then we start opinionating.
Mm.
Uh, and this is very dangerous platform. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. Especially when we become familiar. That's a word, no? Familiarity breeds contempt, is it not?
Correct, Prabhu.
Ah, and we become contaminated. That's it. Our consciousness get polluted because of contempt. Then we create offenses. Then our spiritual life is, goes through the problem.
Yes,
Everything
Prabhu.
falls, messed up. So we should be very, very careful not to commit this kind of offense.
Yes, Prabhu.
So he's asking this question.
Yeah, there is a question, Prabhu, in the chat. Satyam Chaudhary.
Person who offend the spiritual master once he fall down immediately. Please put something on this also, please. So who can help him? Anybody knows this? I've shown many times. Hmm? Anybody knows? What is this verse? See here in this verse. In this verse. I'll go back from this one.
What is CC Adi 1210, right?
No, I just overshot. Okay, here you can see the order of the spiritual master, the active principle in spiritual life. Anyone who disobeys the order of the spiritual master, you see this word here? Huh?
Yeah.
Does it say over time?
No, immediately.
Correct. So you see how dangerous this is, Correct. The spiritual master should be considered to be directly the Supreme Lord because he gives transcendental knowledge for enlightenment. Consequently, for one who maintains the material conception that the spiritual master is the ordinary human being, everything is frustrated. Huh? His enlightenment and his Vedic study and knowledge are all like bathing of an elephant. Yes?
Yes,
So this is very, very dangerous. I don't know if you want to do that. Do we want to do this kind of things?
no, Prabhu.
Huh? I think it's 48, I think. This is from the Brahma Vaivarta Puran. One pollutes his own intelligence and exhibits severe weakness of character when he rejects his own spiritual master. Indeed, such a person has already rejected the Supreme Lord Hari. One pollutes his own intelligence and exhibits severe weakness of character. What does this mean? Buddha kalushistastena dauratmyam prakiti kritam Guru yena parityaktas tena tyaktaha puraha harihi. So you can see how this is a big, huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ah, who's this? Who's this Ravi asking this question?
Yes,
Is from,
Prabhuji. I'm from Mumbai. I was asking.
you're from Bombay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
So you can see anyone who disobeys is finished.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Immediately he falls down.
Hmm. That's why the movement now has become a commercialized movement. Just go there, give some money, donation, do some social thing, correct? Where's the power of preaching? Where is this Yare Deka Tare Kaha Krishna Upadesh? Where? Hello?
Yes, Prabhuji. Everything has been weakened.
Finish. Everything is condemned. Correct? Yes or not?
Yes.
So these all are shastric evidences they are showing. Not only that, you become immediately fallen, and not only that, you get into this big headache. So one who rejects the spiritual master will encounter hundreds and you see that? Will encounter hundreds of obstacles in the cultivation of various distressful practices. Hello?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. It's a very dangerous position to have actually.
Yes. And you see here in this other verse, I think it is here. Give me a minute. In this verse it says, the moment you offend the Guru, then immediately material desires will come into your heart. Huh? What is that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, now we are fighting very hard to solve all this material problem, is it not? We are trying to keep our mind focused, right? Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhuji. It is very tough.
This is only because we are getting strength from our spiritual master. It is not because you are chanting and you are becoming so strong and your Maya is staying. No, 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 no. Please. All this bogus nonsense. Understand? The reason why we have been, what do you call that, spared by Maya is only for one reason. Because we are getting our strength from our spiritual master. You understand? This is explained here.
From Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, he's explained here. Prabhupada, they ask question to Prabhupada. Hey, Prabhupada, how do we know that we are pleasing you? This question, because this is a question they ask the Ritwik, you see, you don't have a
Yeah.
guru, you have Prabhupada, and how you know Prabhupada is accepting you and you are pleasing him? How do you know that? This question was asked. So what is the answer?
He said, when you please the Vani, that means you have pleased me. Prabhupada says that.
Listen, the real reason is when you follow the instruction of the spiritual master. You understand? When you follow the instruction of the spiritual master, then you get the strength.
Yes,
Understand?
Prabhuji.
Achyuta Bala. You understand this thing? You can read the purport full. I'm just going to this point here. Significant in this verse are the word Jnana Sim Achyuta Balaha. Jnanasim, the sword of knowledge, is given by Krishna when one serves the Guru. And Krishna, in order to, and Krishna, Guru and in order to hold the sword of Krishna's instruction, Balaram gives one strength. Balaram is Nityananda Prabhu, Vajendra Nandana Jai, Sachisuta Hoilo say, Balaram Hoilo Nitai. This Balaram comes from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and both of them are so merciful that in the age of Kali, one may very easily take shelter of their lotus feet. They come to deliver the fallen soul of this age. Papi tapi yata chilo, harinam udarilo. Their weapon is Sankirtan Harinam. Thus one should accept the sword of knowledge from Krishna and be strong with the mercy of Balaram. We are therefore worshipping Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan. So let's see the point here, also here, a significant word. I think I read that right.
Yes, Prabhuji, you did.
I read this. So here Prabhupada is saying, very important in this purport. The human body, the human form of body is most valuable board, and the spiritual master, the captain, Guru, Karnadharam, to guide the body implying across the ocean of Nisayan. The instruction of Krishna is favorable breeze. One must use all this facility to cross over the ocean of Nisayan. Since the spiritual master, the captain, one must serve the spiritual master very sincerely, so that by his mercy one will get the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So you see, if you want to get to know whether you are doing the right thing and getting strength to fight Maya, only when you are following, the four principles and chanting, and this only comes when you get the strength by serving the spiritual master, who then pleases, by that service you please your spiritual master, and Krishna becomes happy. And in this way he gives you the spiritual strength through Balaram. Otherwise it is not possible to overcome Krishna's Maya. It is not possible. You understand? You see here,
Understood, Prabhuji.
another
Understood.
verse here, in this verse, you see, my dear Uddhava, my dear Uddhava, I am personally the ultimate shelter and way of life for sanely liberated person. And thus, if one does not engage in my loving transcendental service, which is made possible by associating with my devotees, then for all practical purposes, one possesses no effective means of
Process.
escaping from material existence. You understand? That is not that
Yes,
we
Prabhuji.
are doing this because, oh, we are so good, we are chanting 16 rounds and, we are so expert and blah, blah, blah. This is all nonsense. What kind of chanting we are doing? Half
Nothing.
the time we are, either sleeping or, our mind is going to some Timbuktu or not, Correct? I think most of the time we are
Yes,
playing
Prabhuji.
this handphone, We are looking at YouTube or something and say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. This is going on. And this kind of chanting is going to take you to the spiritual world. Tell me.
No, Prabhuji,
Oh, yeah,
not
you may
possible.
say, Prabhu,
No, Prabhuji.
I was watching Mahabharata and, I was, meditating on Krishna and whatnot. So you see how our mind is so contaminated. That's why to do this, we need some strength.
Very much.
That means that we have to follow very strictly. That's why there's a verse, no, in the 1426, unfailingly, correct? One must do devotional service
Yes.
unfailingly. Then he can cross over the three modes of material nature. Is it not? Hello.
Yes, Prabhuji, it is. Yes, Prabhuji.
So you want to know if you are following very strictly means yes, you are getting strength and you are pleasing Prabhupada. What is the use of serving this spiritual master and being with him and all that, and then you fall down? What is the idea of that? Huh? So many people, full service to Prabhupada. Then where are they today? Hmm?
Nowhere.
So all this kind of
Nowhere, Prabhuji. They disobeyed and they fall down immediately.
yes, already fallen. Who is this? Somebody asked this question. Sometimes when we have to take some inconvenience in Krishna's service, maybe bodily inconvenience, then my determination goes down and sometimes I feel discouraged. How do we avoid this, Prabhu? How do we keep ourselves determined even in times of bodily inconvenience? If you very strictly following the instruction of the spiritual master, then, by persevering, then you will overcome all this kind of problems. Because, for example, I would say, oh, today, the weather is so cold, Prabhu, I think I need to take more rest. Yesterday I slept late and, so many headaches, and the mind will tell you a million things. But if you know my spiritual master has ordered me, I cannot compromise on this, then you will jump out of the bed and go. Right? Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is late, he hears the conch shell and immediately he goes, he throws water on his body and runs to the temple, Jagannath, to see. If Krishna himself is doing this and Prabhupada is doing this, what am I doing in this bed, Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we should meditate like this, and that way we will get the strength.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes? Huh? Of course, always Maya has got two purposes. One is to what? Cover us. Another one is to throw us away. Two things it does. One, it covers us, completely covered. And when we are trying to escape, it will detour us, throw us away. So therefore, we should be very careful, Yes? That's why we need association. If we have association, then this becomes easy. Alone, just like sticks, a bundle of sticks is difficult to break. But in a single piece by itself, any child also can break it. That's why this is so important to take association of devotees. Otherwise, you're constantly with our mind. And our mind is our greatest enemy. We have been listening to it and taking so many birth after birth after birth, millions of births because of this crazy mind. Association. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ah.
Correct, Prabhuji.
So if we want to again take association of our mind, then we are asking for trouble. That's what we are doing. We are always talking, thinking, willing, feeling. All this is only with one. What is this talking, willing, feeling and all? With who? Huh? With our mind. Yes. So that's why the spiritual program is to neglect the mind. The material program is to always, what we say, support the mind. Nowhere you find in any scriptural evidence that you please consult your mind. Does it say like that? Huh?
No, Prabhuji.
No,
Ah,
Prabhu.
No, Prabhuji.
this is our problem. We are not learning the lesson. We take our mind in confidence. Yes? You understand?
Consulting
And
consulting with mind is like playing like fire.
Yeah? I mean, whose mind, I don't
Yes,
know, whose
Prabhuji.
mind is really with Krishna now, I don't know, maybe your mind, I am certainly not mine. You understand?
My mind, Prabhuji, my mind.
So we have to now, like, see, I just quoted all those verses of the acharyas, they are so much humility. Like today, Gaur Kishore Das, his humility. He doesn't want to think that he's in anywhere near in any advanced position. This is the safest route. Correct? Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So
Yes,
we
Prabhuji.
be very careful. This is how we fall down when we try to compromise with Maya. It's easy to point fingers on
Yes, Prabhuji.
how to make advancement in chanting. Like I chant on fingers, as parents don't support, they are very strict. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also chanted on fingers. So what's the problem? The determination is what that counts. Chanting is, of course, beats is best, but if you cannot, then at least chant in the fingers, at least you chant. And by your chanting, you are purifying yourself. And by, because you are purifying yourself, then Krishna will help you. You understand? By taking this Krishna consciousness medicine, this will cure this material disease. So the chanting is so important. Never mind the fingers or the beats, but the chanting must go on. Well, hello, who is this again?
Yes, Prabhu.
Vinny Sharma. Who asked this question? Chanting on finger. Come here. Who is this? Are you there? Hello? Hmm? The person is there or not there? So anyway, that's what
I
it.
don't know, Prabhuji.
So we should learn how to chant. That's the main thing. Just chant in the fingers, no harm, no problem. The thing is to chant. That is the thing. The chanting is so powerful, it
I
destroys the evil effects of Kali. Kali kalmasu nasanam.
Harinam Sankirtan.
Hmm. This is the thing. Chanting Krishna's name is so powerful. Nama Sankirtan Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Pranamo Dukha Samanastam Namami Harim Praram. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Lord Hari, the congregational chanting of whose holy name destroy all sinful reaction, and the offering of obeisances unto whom relieves all material suffering. This is the last verse in the Bhagavatam. Yeah? So you can see, when you are chanting, you carry on. Just chant, some or other chant. This will save you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Kali Yuga, there's nothing else but then only chanting, no? Correct? Isn't it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Uh,
Only Krishna's name can save us.
only Krishna. Isn't that? This is the verse. Kale dosha nidhi rajan. Kale dosha. Dosha nidhi means ocean of faults. Isn't
एक एको
that?
महागुना.
Although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Father don't allow, mother don't allow, children don't allow. So many people are, always giving so many headaches. Sometimes the dogs also don't allow in the house.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Crazy dog. Barking when you are chanting. So many faults. Every guy is just faults. There is still one good quality about his age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to transcendental kingdom.
Bondage.
Even you don't do anything. Let's say you are a material flop, nothing in the head, finish. But if you can chant, you are considered the topmost person. If you can chant.
Yes,
That's a word there. Everything is covered, Don't think we are talking out of our head, Eh? Yes.
yes, Prabhuji. Everything is there in the scriptures.
To say nothing of spiritual advancements of persons who see the Supreme Person face to face. Even a person born in a family of dog eaters immediately become eligible to perform Vedic sacrifice if we have once uttered, just once, uttered the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or chants about him, hears about his pastime, offer him obeisance, or even remembers him. Can you imagine this? Even we are useless materially,
Very
completely. There is no good, no brain. I mean, everybody. That's what Bharat Maharaj also. His parents wrote him off. The guy is useless. He's crazy. But he was not interested. He was only interested in chanting Krishna's name, and he went back to Godhead. He went back to Godhead. That is the whole thing of this material world. That's why he says, Janmalabha parapumsham ante narayana smriti. The purpose of this human life is to remember Narayana and go back to the spiritual world. Not to become this crazy engineer, lawyer, doctor. These are all stupid destination. Sarva, what is that word? Vinirmuktam. Uh, uh,
Prabhu Sarvopadi
Upadi,
Vinimuktam
Sarva Upadi Venirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam. They give up all this crazy designation. Chant Krishna name, that's it. That's it. Of course, if we don't want you to come to the temple and say, Prabhu, I just want to chant, then, they're going to be difficult because you have to do service also. You understand? You can't just chant all. That's not practical and possible also because, then it's difficult initially. Because unless you are some big Haridas Thakur or something, then that is another thing. Yes. So we have
yes,
to
Prabhuji.
be very practical. The main idea is that chanting is so powerful. We cannot at any time minimize this chanting. Even if you're going to hell, you're already going. If you just remember Krishna, that's it, you get delivered. You understand how powerful this chanting is? Huh?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Very powerful.
Even you're going to hell, you're going down. If you remember
And
Krishna, remember only. That's it, you get delivered. So you see how powerful and what happens if you do every day Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama Rama,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
How much you are going to benefit, huh? That means you cannot understand how much you are getting purified. Of course, you may see all these crazy obstacles. There are always obstacles. The first thing that Krishna told Arjuna is that you become tolerant. To become tolerant is also a very good quality. To become tolerant is a sign of a person who is making advancement. Huh? You cannot
Yes,
tolerate,
Prabhuji.
then it's going to be a problem. Correct? So we have to tolerate
Yes,
all
Prabhuji.
obstacles and problems, and there will always be problems until the time of death. There's not that only, you see all the advanced devotees also still have so many problems. So, but also he had so many, issues on preaching, correct? So their problems will not go away.
Yes, Prabhuji.
We're not thinking that we are coming and chanting, and tomorrow the whole place become Vaikuntha. Of course, the place will become Vaikuntha. Your consciousness, we have to tolerate all these inconveniences, and we have to see in that life. Yes.
This is Dukhale, Prabhuji. We are bound to get dukh here.
Correct. So we have to learn how to become dependent on Krishna.
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
there's another verse also. Even the person who chants, it says here by Kunti, what's the name? Devoti. Oh, how glorious are those! How glorious are they whose tongues are chanting your holy name. Even if born in the families of dog eaters, such persons are worshipable. You can see this word, worshipable. Persons who chant the holy name of your Lordship must have executed all kinds of austerity and fire sacrifices and achieve all the good manners of the Aryans. To be chanting the holy name of your Lordship, they must have bathed at all holy places of pilgrimage, studied the Vedas, and fulfilled everything required. It's not a cheap thing to chant Krishna's name, Although it is so simple, Hare Krishna, but it's not something that, some, third class thing or what. It is a topmost thing to be able to glorify Krishna. Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
So when we chant, we should think like this, I'm very fortunate that I've got this chance to associate with you, my Lord. Your name and you are non-different. You have given me this facility. This way we develop humility. That Krishna, you are so kind to me. I am so fallen. You have given me your holy name, your association through your holy name, which is non-different from you. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha is non-different. So in this way we should meditate and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Ram Hare Ram, Ram Rama Hare Hare.
So anybody has any other questions? Anything else?
Kindly unmute yourself and ask if you have any questions.
I do have one question, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Would it be any benefit at all to maybe, let's say, do karate or anything like that on the side or something? Like, let's say someone is already doing MMA or something.
Doing what? Karate.
Yeah, karate, MMA, and everything.
Yeah, if you have so much time.
Well, I believe, shouldn't we use all of our time for Krishna,
Yeah,
But,
so if you want to use your karate for Krishna, I
oh,
don't know how you can do that, but if you think you can use that for Krishna, I'm okay with it. If Krishna, if Arjuna can fight, yeah, you want to do, no problem.
that's fine with me, Prabhu.
You will say, I will just go with my guns and kill all these crazy guys, You know what will happen. I think that should be, of course, if you want to use it for your self-defense, especially in America, so many crazy guys are walking on the road, You
Hey,
never know when you
Prabhu.
get mugged. You never know when you're going to get mugged, so some kind of a self-defense may be helpful.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, Prabhu, because the last time I was doing Harry Nam in Philadelphia, the homeless guy, he was telling me, hey, you're doing a good job out here. But people are going to not understand you, and then they're just going to try to beat you up.
Yeah, in America is a crazy place now, they're full of women in the road. If you go out and do something, they will mock you again and you get into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you need some kind of self-defense, there's no harm in learning it.
No problem with me, Prabhu.
Yeah.
I like to prevent a problem.
If you can use it for your protection, this way you can stay away from harm's grace, then why not?
Evil.
Well,
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah, you got to be a little intelligent, that's all.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true.
It's best to always depend on Krishna, that's another thing.
Yes.
But to save one's life, to protect, that's why Krishna has given you two hands, no?
That's true, Prabhu.
Yes. So I don't see any problem if you learn some karate or some, what you call that?
It's like
Judo.
MMA, mixed
Judo,
martial arts.
judo, jujutsu, this word is there in the Bhagavad Gita, jujutsu.
Jujutsu, yes.
You can do that.
With that, Prabhu.
Jujutsu. Jujutsu means the fighting. That word is in the Japanese language, jujutsu. Prabhupada said that.
Evil.
Sanskrit is the mother of all language.
Sooner or later, I yeah, like when the Varnashram Dharma, when it's established, would the Sanskrit be the main language?
What's that again?
If Varnashram Dharma is established around the world, would Sanskrit be revived again?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because Varnashram means that everybody is worshipping Krishna in the center. Samsiddhi haritoshanam, in that verse, Savai Pumso Parodamo, I think is that the verse? It says, the center of all this thing is to worship Krishna. So if the Varnashram system can bring everybody to Krishna, then the whole program is successful. The whole idea is to make the whole world Krishna conscious. You understand? So everybody can become Krishna conscious, then yes, the whole place will become a spiritual world. That's the whole idea. Why are we preaching? Why the Lord comes down and do all his incarnations, and why all this idea? Is to somehow revive the conditioned soul's relationship with Krishna. Yes. Now
Yes.
going on a wrong way, they're becoming very passionate and demonic. The whole world is, we don't know now, you see so many problems. Yes.
So many problems, self-inflicted and
So many problems. The prices are going sky high and they don't know they're going to have food on the table. Everything is becoming very crazy, topsy-turvy. Because they're not Krishna conscious. If you're not Krishna conscious, then the demigods have got all rights to restrict all your so-called necessities of life. You understand?
yes.
So the solution is that you bring your life back to Krishna and then everything will become orderly. They don't know this demons, they don't know. They don't want Just now, Nimai was sending me a video. Then in China, if anybody prays at home, they will be fined. In fact, they fined some 7,000 people because they prayed at home.
How do they know that they're praying at home?
They got surveillance, they got neighbors, so many guys complaining.
Oh, Krishna.
Understand? If they go into your house and find the religious books, you are in trouble. Can you imagine if you pray at home, you will get a fine? Can you? I mean, then they will say, if you pray in your
Wow.
mind, we'll arrest you.
This is finished, bro. This is finished. I never thought.
Just see. If you are so sinful, Krishna will put you in China. You cannot even pray.
Oh wow. Oh Krishna.
Understand?
Wow.
Krishna's way of getting you. If you don't want to surrender, okay, you go to China. That's it. Huh? Imagine how
Prabhupada.
Kali Yuga is going that such a way that now you say, oh, I'm chanting my finger, my mother is going, my father is giving me a head. But can you imagine if you are put in China? They'll cut your fingers away.
Krishna.
You understand? See how
Yes.
it is. So
Krishna.
fortunate, at least this life you got some space though. The Kali Yuga is going and going. Now in China's nonsense will go to other countries, and like this, all countries will stop this God consciousness. And what you going to do? And we all know if you don't go to God, then everything is messed up. And here you are forced, you cannot even go to God. Correct?
That is correct, Prabhu.
So we should be very, what we say, careful in that regard, Krishna consciousness, we should be cautious. Yes.
Yes. Just like how Maharaj Nanda, when he was, I think it was, the brother-in-law of Kamasa, when he was trying to kill his wife, and then he tried his best to avoid the situation by, flattering him and everything. And I think it was in the purport saying that an intelligent man tries to avoid the situation.
Yes. Intelligent man can try, but the only way is to surrender, no? Correct? The only intelligence you can use is to surrender, no? What else you can do?
Yes.
Nothing, unless if this is not the arrangement of the Chinese government, it's the arrangement of Krishna. If you don't want to surrender, Krishna will put you in this kind of situation. You understand?
Yes.
So we have to be very careful, This whole thing is run by Krishna, not by all these crazy leaders. You may think they are pulling the string, but this is all done by Krishna's mind. So if you don't want to follow, then Krishna will do all things, and that will be messed up.
Yes, Prabhu.
Is it not?
Yes, Prabhu. That's correct, Prabhu.
You should be very careful, we don't want to, mess everything up. So there's another question. What it says, Prabhuji, we visit the Kali temple or a demigod temple so that can we pray to them to engage us in Krishna's service. Yeah, we can always do that. Nobody is objecting to go to these temples and asking them to help you become a devotee of Krishna. So in fact, we have to do this. Actually, it is stated here in this verse. When the Lord, somebody is in the background. Can you mute them, please? It's the mic is giving me a trouble here. When the Lord went to the visit, when the Lord went to visit the temple of Vishweswara, Vishweswara is Lord Shiva, hundreds of thousands of people assembled to see him. The important point in this verse is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu regularly visited the temple of Vishweswara, Lord Shiva at Varanasi. Vaishnavas generally do not visit a demigod temple, but here we see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu regularly visited the temple of Vishweswara, who was the predominating deity of Varanasi. Generally, Mayavad sannyasis and worshippers of Lord Shiva live in Varanasi, but how is it that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who took the part of a Vaishnava sannyasi, also visited the Vishweswara temple? The answer is that a Vaishnava does not behave impudently towards the demigods. A Vaishnava gives proper respect to all, although he never accepts a demigod to be as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Brahma Samhita, there are mantras offering obeisances to Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, the sun god, Lord Ganesh, as well as the Lord Vishnu, all of whom are worshipped by the impersonalists as Upasanam. Panchopasanam, and this in their temples, impersonalists install deities of Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, the sun god, goddess Durga, and sometimes Lord Brahma also. And this system is continuing at present in India under the guise of Hindu religion. Vaishnavas can also worship all these demigods, but only on the principles of Brahma Samhita, which is recommended by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We may note in this connection the mantras for worshipping Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Goddess Durga, the Sun God, and Ganesh, as described in the Brahma Samhita. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Sakti Reka Jaya Yasya Bhuvanani Vibharti Durga Ichanurupama Biyasya Chasite Tutesa Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The external potency Maya, who is the nature of the shadow of the Chit spiritual potency, is worshipped by all people as Durga, the creating, preserving, and destroying agency of this material world. I adore the primeval Lord, Govinda, in accordance with whose will Durga conducts herself. So if you go to the Durga temple, then you chant this mantra. In this way, you are acknowledging her as a servant of Krishna. So nothing wrong in this. This is the system. In other words, Chiram Yatha Dhadi Vikara Viseshu Yoga. This is for Lord Shiva. And that milk is transformed into yogurt by the actions of acid, yet the effect yogurt is neither the same, is as non-different from its cause, that is milk. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, of whom the state of Sambho is a similar transformation for the performance of the work of destruction. So this is a prayer for Lord Shiva. And this is for Brahma, Bhasvam Yatasma Sakaleshu Nijeshu Teja. This is for Lord Brahma. I adore the primal Lord Govinda, from whom the separated subjective portion Brahma receives his power for the regulation of the mundane world, just as the sun manifests a portion of his own light in all the effulgent germs that bear such names as Surya Kanta. So Brahma, and of course this is for Lord, Ganesh, is very popular. Everybody worships Ganesh. Yatpada Pallava Yugam Vinidaya Kumbha Dhandve Pranama Samayesa Ganadi Raja. This Ganadi Raja means the king of the elephants. So yeah, in this verse you can see. I worship the primal Lord Govinda. Ganesh always holds the lotus feet upon the pair of tumuli protruding from his elephant head in order to obtain power for his function of destroying all obstacles on the path of progress in the three worlds. So here Ganesh is putting his tumuli, this kumbha, Vinidaya kumbha, on the lotus feet of the Lord. And that's where he is getting power to clear all obstacles. Because the last one here is for the sun god. The sun, full of infinite effulgence, who is the king of all the planets, and the image of the good soul, is the eye of this world. I adore the primal Lord Govinda, in pursuance of whose order the sun performs a journey mounting the wheel of time. So in this way, if you chant all these prayers, when you go to these demigod temples, or you worship the sun, whoever, you are actually doing the right thing by glorifying the demigod in accordance also Krishna, because from Krishna only they are getting their power to function in their roles. So this is how you should worship the demigods, Yes, is that clear?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you for guiding.
Mm. If someone speaks bad about us in the YouTube comment, do I need to tolerate and continue of service, or do I need to raise voice? Well, if you can raise your voice, that's good, because if anyone blasphemes, it's the duty of the devotee to counter, not sit quiet. If that is what, I mean, for our own self, we don't care. But if it's blaspheme Krishna or the devotee, then we have to take action. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
We should not be, happy that he's saying some real nice thing. I want to hear about that devotee anyway. Then you're going to be in trouble. We should always be careful not to hear blasphemy. And if someone is speaking some nonsense, it is important for us to counter, Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That is there. In fact, what's her name? Durga was saying, what's her name? Sati. She was saying when her father was blaspheming Lord Shiva, you must cut his throat and give up your life. I mean, cut his tongue and give up your life, or you should leave the place. If you cannot counter, you have to leave the place. So these are all actions that you should perform. So of course, in the YouTube, I don't know how you're going to cut his tongue. At least you can counter it.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I won't recommend you cutting tongues anyway. Then tomorrow our society will have a big problem. So at least you can, preach against and clarify.
Yes.
Say the whole YouTube and Facebook and all is all a gossip sections, Even you complain, they will never take it down because they thrive on their businesses. Their businesses, people like to hear all these crazy comments, no? Yes?
Yes.
That's how the whole business is running, with gossiping and commenting and all. So what can you do in Kali Yuga? Ocean of fault, that's now we read. Yes?
Yes.
Any other queries?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please expound below basis always Srila Prabhupada all glories to you. Prabhu, I have a question. What I wanted to ask is regarding this verse, Avaishnav Mukhodgirnam Putam Harikatamritam Shravan. Regarding that verse, what I wanted to ask is how can we relate that verse in terms of Kirtan, Prabhu? Now, suppose if I'm listening to some ISKCON devotees kirtan for the sake of learning the tune, like should I listen to it or should I not? Because my intention is I want to learn that kirtan so that I can sing it for the Lord. I can learn that tune and I can sing it for the Lord. But like also this, Shravanam Naiva Kartavyam, because it's like because they may contaminate, no, because because yeah. So how I should take this?
Singing the song. Hmm? What
No,
is that?
Prabhu, like kirtan tunes.
Kirtan tune.
Like
Yeah?
ISKCON devotees sing kirtan tunes. So about that I'm asking.
Oh, they always take many of the tunes from cinemas, no? Yes?
Mm,
Many of their tunes come from the Bollywood movies, no?
okay.
So you want to take that?
I,
Huh?
no, no, definitely not.
This Prabhupada said this. Every time on something new, you know. You understand? This is the whole thing, manufacturing something new, always.
Mm,
Our mind is so restless. Correct? Let me
yes, Prabhu.
get another tune, and this tune, I think I can become famous, you know. It is not a question of trying to please the Lord. It's trying to get name and fame. What is the use of that?
Mm, yes,
Correct? You see Prabhupada, he chanted one tune, and that took the whole world. Correct?
yes, right,
Huh? So
right.
which
Yes, Prabhu.
example should we follow? Prabhupada or somebody who's always inventing new and all, manufacturing from the cinemas?
Huh.
Correct?
Uh,
Tell
yes,
me.
Prabhu.
So we should be careful, you know, evaluating. The main thing is devotion. And you are devoted, then Krishna will give you the inspiration.
Mhm.
It's not the question of the tune, you know, it's the question of the purity of chanting.
Right.
You understand? Not
Yes,
that
Prabhu.
tune is going to deliver the whole world, you know. Hello?
Yes, true. Yes, Prabhu.
Is the purity of the chanter. And how you
Right.
going to be pure if you're not even surrendering to the process? Correct?
Yes.
Yes or
Right.
not? Yeah? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is all coming from this, so many of these kids, you know, nowadays joining the movement with their earring all over the ears and, you know, piercing all their mouth and tongue and all, and they all are into tattoo all over the body, and they come in there, Kirtan Mela, and nobody know any philosophy.
Yes, yeah.
You go with
Yeah.
them, or you want to go with what Prabhupada set up? Correct?
Mm, yes.
You know, man, woman, everybody just sitting together and doing all this kirtan. They think this is the real thing, ecstasy, getting into kirtan. Come on.
Mm,
I don't see anything good in this, no?
mm.
Correct?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, also in this relation, what
Oh,
about Indra Prabhu?
what that?
Indra Prabhu?
I don't know about this guy. He's a bit rasabas, you know.
Uh, okay.
I don't think he's talking about all these rasas with Radharani and Krishna. I don't think it is very valid, you know. Prabhupada
Mm,
never taught us all this stuff.
okay.
Hmm?
Right.
Okay, I don't think he's, I mean, in that level.
Mm,
Maybe he is. I don't think Prabhupada set that example of trying to teach us all this Kopi Baba's things, you know.
yeah.
Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So we should be very careful.
Yes, you're right, Prabhu.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
Hmm.
Prabhu. Right.
So be very cautious, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So
Yes. Right.
stick,
Thank you so much.
best is to stick to Prabhupada, follow him.
Yes.
Hmm. Any other questions?
Prabhuji, no. Haridas Thakur, when he appeared, it was his human body or transcendental body.
Haridas Thakur?
His body was, when he appeared in that Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita, means it was a human body or transcendental body. When he was beaten in the 22 marketplaces, blood was coming out of his.
Anyone who is a servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is close servant, embraced by the Lord, how can he have anything material?
He will not get pain, Prabhuji. He would not have got pain.
He was not what?
Painful was not there for him when he was beaten.
No, otherwise how you can stand it? One stroke already you faint. I mean, he got beaten in 22 marketplaces, unless the Lord is empowering him, how is it possible? Correct?
Yes.
So they definitely are transcendental personalities. Someone who chants so many rounds every day, how he can have a material body? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, yes. What is that verse, Rupa Goswami is saying, one who is engaged in the glorifying the Lord with body, mind and words. ISKM Hare Dasya, I think that's the word. How can he's acting already in the spiritual consciousness? Let me take out that verse. So this verse, ISKM 397. This is from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. One, how to find this now? Let me find this verse in some place. So we have to know how to see a spiritual person. So in Bhagavad Gita is also there. No, it's not there in the Bhagavad. Give me a minute, huh? Okay, 5:11. All right, you see here, this is the verse. This is from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This verse here, Iyayasya Hare Dasya Karmana Manasa Gira Nikalasva Api Avastastu Jivan Mukta Sa Uchyate. A person acting in Krishna consciousness, or in other words, in the service of Krishna with his body, mind and intelligence and word, is a liberated person even within this material world, although he may be engaged in many so-called material activities. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
So anyone who is engaging in Krishna consciousness is a liberated person. Doesn't have anything to do with material body. Although it seems like he has a material body, but they're spiritualized. Just like Prabhupada said, the fire. I mean, iron is cold, but when you heat it up by fire, it becomes exactly like fire, red hot. Yes?
Yes.
So we should understand like that.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we are, means most of us neophytes, we are disgusted with this material world, and that's why we want to go to spiritual planet like Golok Vrindavan. That's why everybody is taking up Krishna consciousness. But from Golok Vrindavan only, they all came. Haridas Thakur, all eternal associates of Krishna, they came. Why Krishna is giving that physical disturbances for them, for those eternal?
Devotees are not interested in going to Vaikuntha or here or there. They're always interested in being with Krishna. You understand? They don't mind going to hell or going anywhere. As long as they can be with Krishna, they don't mind. You understand this? You follow?
Yes.
Devotees, they don't want to be separated from Krishna at all, you know. You follow, no? That is the mood of the devotee. This is how the devotees are always thinking. Because my devotees possess saintly behavior and deep intelligence, they are completely dedicated themselves to me and do not desire anything beside me. Indeed, even if I offer them liberation from birth and death, they do not accept it. Are you understanding?
Yes.
So
Yes,
devotees,
Prabhuji.
that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam, vajagadesa kame, mama janmani is bhavatak bhakti hat. I don't mind, I don't want wealth, I don't want women, I don't want followers. Or what do I want? I want to be your devotee birth after birth, no? Yes?
Yes.
You understand? That's how we should be trying to, that's pure love, no? Pure love means we don't want to become liberated. We just want to be with Krishna.
So all the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when they were there, they were really feeling physical disturbances, or
How can they feel disturbance when they are spiritually advanced? They got
like
nothing to do with little body.
for them hunger and thirst and these all will not be there, Prabhuji,
And
like there.
it is explained that Prahlad Maharaj, he was not interested, he doesn't know his body, who eating, sleeping, all this was done by the Lord. That there in the seventh canto. You understand? He was not,
Yeah.
he was oblivious to his body. Because he was so advanced, the Lord arranged for his eating, sleeping, everything. Hello? I can show you.
Prabhuji, by seeing this much of love towards Krishna by them, we will never get a hope to become like that.
No, listen, we don't want to, we just simply want to love Krishna. That's all, you know, whether we get advanced or not advanced or nothing, we just surrender to Krishna. Why we bother so much, you know? Prahlad Maharaj was always absorbed in thought of Krishna, thus been always embraced by the Lord. He did not know how his bodily necessities such as sitting, walking, eating, lying down, drinking, talking were being automatically performed. Yes?
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji.
So we don't bother, we just simply surrender to Krishna and Krishna, everything will take care by Krishna. Of course, this you have to be advanced. You cannot just be tomorrow Prahlad Maharaj or something and do nothing, you know, you're going to get into trouble. You just have to do what your body is requiring you to do, and then as you make more and more advancement, then you become detached like Prahlad Maharaj. When you come to that stage, of course, you will realize.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we cannot do all this thing artificially, you know. Yes.
So when I'm limiting myself for what I can do as of today, does this mean like I'm
you just follow the instruction of the spiritual master and carry on your duties.
in that way, can I be in satisfied position, Prabhuji, or I still think like I'm not
First thing
satisfied?
in spiritual life is that you get happiness, you know. The first thing you become in Krishna consciousness is that you become happy, you know. Understand? This is the product of becoming spiritually at contact. The moment you get contact spiritually, devotional service is klesha agni even for beginners. This means that it reduces or nullifies all kinds of suffering. The word is subhadha, indicate that devotional service bestow all good fortune, and the word Krishna akarshini indicates that devotional service gradually attracts Krishna towards the devotee. Consequently, a devotee is not subject to any sinful reaction. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sarva dharma parityaja mamekam. So you can see, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Thus, a fully surrendered, sincere devotee immediately receives relief from all kinds of sinful reaction. There are three stages of fructification of sinful activity. At one stage, one commits the sinful act. Before that, the seed of this act exists, and before that, there is ignorance whereby one commits the sin. Suffering is involved in all three stages. However, Krishna is merciful to his devotee, and consequently, he immediately nullifies all these three stages: the sin, the seed of the sin, and the ignorance that leads one to sin. So, of course, it goes on. The point is this, that immediately you become relieved. Devotional service is Klesa Agni even for beginners. It does mean that it reduces or nullifies all kinds of suffering. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Any other questions? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, he will be in animal body. May God his, what is this? May God his mercy, there may be reason why we got a little interest in bhakti. Is it possibility? What is that? I don't understand this question. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, we will be in animal bodies. May God his mercy. Yeah, if you can be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like the animals in the Jarakanda forest, they were all dancing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, inspiring all of them. Definitely they all went back to Godhead. You understand? Even just by seeing him, they go back to Godhead. Don't say anything else. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, God, no. He delivered the whole world just by appearing. Just like Lord Ram in Ayodhya, he took everybody from Ayodhya back to the spiritual world. So God comes, he doesn't just come like that, he delivers everybody. That's his mercy. You understand? It's very fortunate if you can be near, even the air that touches him and comes to you also, you you make so much of progress. Yes. So we have to be fortunate we can get even a moment's association. That says in the Shastra, a moment's association with a devotee. Lava mantra sadhu sangha sarvasiddhi hoy. We get all perfection. Just a 1/11th with a devotee. What to speak about God? Huh? Yes? Hello? Hello?
Yes, Prabhu.
Ah. That's why, in fact, it is, they say, in fact, the Shastra say, better than associating with God is associating with the devotees. Devotees are more merciful. You understand? That's why in thinking of devotees and serving them is also positive. Yes? Yes or not? O Sutta, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the waters of the Ganges can only sanctify after prolonged use. Huh? Is it? Yes. Hmm. What is that verse? When Sutta Goswami, what is this? BB, something strange. Yeah. Is this the verse? Where we're going? Was something wrong? What is that? Then this is not the verse. Where is this verse? Is there 1133? Sutta Goswami, when what's his name come to visit, he's coming in to see Parikshit Maharaj. Anyone knows? Yeah, I don't see that 1133 there. Give me a minute there. I think 1233 maybe. No, it's not there. When Rupa Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj is coming, huh? Anyone knows? I got it wrong. Say that verse is that even if he was coming, when Parikshit Maharaj meets, appearance of Sukadev Goswami, look for that verse. So in that verse, Sutta Goswami, his appearance, it was, they say that even by meditating on the devotee, very auspicious, Anyone know?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, 1833.
One what?
1833.
1833, huh? Thank you very much. No, not this verse. It's not this verse. I don't think that's the verse. So anyway, I'll find the verse and get back to you. I've been always quoting that. Guess now I'm not remembering. This is when Sukadev Goswami was coming in, I look for it. All right, so we'll look for it and then get back to you. When Sukadev Goswami comes into the scene. All right, so I'll send it to you the moment I find that again, huh? But the main thing is that it says that even by remembering such devotees, because they're carrying the Lord in the heart, just by thinking of them itself is very auspicious. Just like, that verse, Tirtha Kurvanti, that, what's his name? Yudhishthira was talking about Vidura. Is that so auspicious that even because you're always carrying the Lord in the heart, So the devotee who are always carrying the Lord in the heart, they're so powerful, I'm looking for that. Tirtha Kurvanti, what is that verse? Anyone knows? Spoken by Yudhishthira Maharaj, 1:13:10. You can see here. My Lord, devotees like your good self are verily holy places personified because you carry the personality of Godhead within your heart. You turn all places into places of pilgrimage. You see that? So how powerful the devotees are because they are carrying the Lord in the heart, you know. Because of that, they are so much powerful. They purify anyone who sees, them. So therefore, we have to worship the devotees, thinking of the devotee. Huh? Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
All right. Any other questions?
I do have one more question, Prabhu.
What is it?
Srila Prabhupada, he would have when he was trying to make the Varnashram Dharma, mostly he had grihastas, initiated grihastas. Is it possible for our ISKM? Do we have many grihastas, or are we trying to build up the Brahmana?
The main thing is to make the head, The head, if it's not there, then the whole body is, function. First you need the head, You understand? What's the use of the body without the head? Correct? So the duty of the Varnashram system, that's why the Brahminical order is very important. If the Brahminical order goes out of line, like what's happening in India, the whole thing is finished. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So therefore Prabhupada came, he wanted to give this knowledge. Unless they get the knowledge, how they will understand? Yes?
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
So therefore it is very important. Otherwise the whole thing is a messed up thing,
Thank you, Prabhu.
Correct.
Yeah, that is 100% correct, Prabhu. Just like what you said, Prabhu.
You don't have any directions, how you can get anything going, Correct?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
That's the whole problem. The whole thing is messed up now. Everyone don't know what to do, what not to do, because they're not taking help from the Shastras, from the Guru, and from Krishna.
Yes, actually, that's very bad. That's really bad.
Everybody is completely messed up, no? Yes?
Yeah, it's full of faults. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
So our first thing is to give this knowledge. As Prabhupada, what was his main thing? He was writing these books, no? Is it not?
Yes, 100%, Prabhu.
So these books are so important, In fact, his whole idea was to give this book, no?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Any other questions before
Prabhu,
we...
on the Sukdev Goswami, that one, I think 1933, Prabhu.
Correct.
It says, simply by our remembering you, our house has become instantly sanctified. And what to speak of seeing you, touching you, washing your holy feet, and offering you a seat in your house.
Yeah, that's the verse. Thank you very much. I got little. This is the one here. Simply by remembering you, our houses become instantly sanctified. And what to speak of seeing you, touching you, washing your holy feet, and offering you a seat in our home. This is the verse 1933 when Sukadev Goswami was coming. So you can see how powerful associating with devotees is so beneficial. Okay, so I am going to stop here. I don't know why all the other pictures don't come on the screen. Huh? How do you do that? Who's the...
No, bro, I think there is a setting because when you share, your screen should come big. That's why I think, Prabhu, the setting is there already.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
So,
because otherwise you when you share, it won't be shown big.
so I'm seeing only my face now. Where the others?
Others will be on your. We can see, Prabhu. I can see others.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have one very small question to ask.
What is the small question?
Prabhuji, if by mistake somebody eats on Ekadashi, what he must do then?
If what again, please?
If somebody
If
eats on
by
Ekadashi.
mistake someone eats on Ekadashi, what he must do then?
Ekadashi day.
Yeah.
So we fast, no, on Ekadashi day.
Yes, Prabhuji, but by mistake, if somebody eats on that day, but
Then they have to fast not immediately next day, on the next other day, because you cannot continuously fast, no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So if you broke, so then you have to pay back, no? Correct?
Yes, yes.
So you have to be careful, no, not to break the Ekadashi, huh? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So if you are not with devotees, so devotees always remind, hey, tomorrow Ekadashi, don't eat this one, you cannot eat this. But you have nobody there, then you may forget, no? Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's why the advantage is with the devotees. Anyway, you have to do it again another day or something. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, any other thing before we say?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yes.
So for Kartik month, if someone is doing like Nirjal Ekadashi, and that day happens to be Gaura Kishore Das Babaji's disappearance day, and if they have to break fast at 12 o'clock, how do they break it, Prabhu? Because Vrinda Mataji...
You can just take them Charanamrita, because taking Charanamrita is not breaking fast,
Okay, Prabhu. Thank
you. You can carry on the whole day until next day to break their fast.
Sure, Prabhu.
Okay, I guess I thank you all for giving me a chance to talk about Krishna and serve you in many ways if I can. I hope I have not displeased anybody. I hope I also have not offended anybody with my answers.
Thank you, Prabhu, for your association.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for your...
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
So all glories to
Pranams, please accept our humble obeisances on the Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Blessings always, Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.